Hey, another cast here. Real quick, this is a inbound tournament cast. This is the finals. If you're enjoying this content, I'd really appreciate it if you supported it. I really enjoy casting, so I'm glad to share it here on YouTube, and I'm going to continue sharing it here on YouTube. This game had a weird sort of ban system where basically it was, if it was banned in game 1, you can't play it in game 2 or game 3. At least I think that's what it was. I wasn't given the full details of it. Regardless, that's why you'll see some more off-meta picks later on in the games. Other than that, though, hope you enjoy. Hecate in mid lane. The first Hecate I'm seeing today, at least on cast. Interesting. Hercules in the solo lane for SOT, going that bluestone build as opposed to Boombas. A lot of Herculi? A lot of Hercules players. Go Boombas Hammer. So I'm interested to see how SOT takes this path. Bluestone is still fine. I mean, I have no problem with it. I do prefer Boombas Hammer. A lot of solo laners do prefer Boombas Hammer, but also he is played more in the jungle as well. But the Aladdin pickup, going to Panatom, I'm not surprised. Panatom is good at the video game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him be good at Aladdin. AROR on Aphrodite. Going into this book, I think he's probably going Lifebinder first. Would make the most sense to me. King Bop Bop might be going that Ankh first, that Ruinous Ankh. But we will see. He also could just go into, what's it called? The Screeching Gargoyle. Ramakami's looking to do a proxy here. Will SOT spot it out? SOT did walk away a little bit early. But SOT is wrapping back around. He's looking once more. Ramakami sees him walking over now. SOT didn't spot him out? No, he didn't. SOT is starting on blue buff. No, he's walking back over. He knows. He's aware. He's not? He is. He isn't. Now he is. Ramakami has to walk away from this. He can't keep going. He can't do, in the face of Hercules, you can't do that. Well done by Ramakami. Oh! SOT starts the game by hitting him with the fat tech right there from the Hercules. Unfortunately, no driving strike means no kill, but what a lightning way to start off the game. Meanwhile, on left side, we have a fight going on. An invade came out, and a successful invade from Donut Douglas here, and Aphrodite. No Sunder on either team means that there was just a secure. Absolutely sick stuff right now. A little bit of anti-heal on the Sobek already is good. Stun coming out from Aurora. Already having Kiss is an interesting choice, meaning that it was just the Chain Lightning that stole it away. Bob looking to steal the smalls away, possibly, of that purple, but both hitting level 2 here is a little dangerous for them to do that. Buff is secure, but Aladdin is here trying to secure the life of Zeus. Level 3 are ready. But Aphrodite is stuck in this corner now. And Panatom's up on the wall and down on Aphrodite. The Phantom Shell is popped, though. And Doug is doing so much damage. Loki's in now. And Panda Cat is looking to be gone now. Gone goes an Ethan. First blood going to Donut Doug. Still chasing now as Twig is here. The pluck is good for Bop Bop. And he's able to make it out. A lightning start from both teams here. That was absolutely insane to see SOT start the game by doing the blink tech with the Hercules, and then for the dual lane to start invading, and the fight is insane. Also, with Aphrodite starting Kiss, she has no real fight back other than jealousy on Zeus. And it was enough. It was enough to steal it away. Right side, though, there's a gank coming on to Ramakami, and Ramakami getting plucked through the wall. The bees are a bit too late. And Panatom, it's just a matter of time. Ramakami goes down. Unfortunate for Rem. Panatom making his impact known early. Despite the fact he didn't get a kill in dual lane, he does pick one up in the solo side. Twig, on the other hand, is picking up his farm on this left side now. So, nothing taken away, but it's also nothing really gained too much. Morgan picking up some farm now. That's a little awkward from the both of them, but they are getting it. I do want to keep an eye on this dual lane side, though. Aurora is being super aggressive into the Sobek, which the opposite of what I expected. Granted, when paired with a Zeus, you kind of want to be the one aggressing as opposed to being aggressed on, because Zeus doesn't like early on that being like getting plucked all the time or getting Sobek walking into him. Later on in the game, he's fine with people diving into him because that just opens them up to being gone on. Looks like first item he might be going what I've been asking people to go this entire time, death metal, or he'd be going into Bracer of the Abyss. Either or I'm fine with. I would like to see a death metal though. The int and strength scaling are both of what a Zeus ADC wants. The strength for the basic attacks and the int for his abilities. Would not be surprised to see that, but the rest of the map, farming up, looking good with it. And this purple buff invade, once more. Look at a stun on the Neath. The Panda Cat flip away will be enough to get him to safety, but Sobek's looking for the invade now. Or not the invade, the defense against this invade. But both are 5 here. See now, Aladdin's making his way over. Panatom is on the way. A little bit of poke going his way, but the Lightning Storm comes out, and the secure on the purple buff goes the way of Team SOT. Or excuse me, of Team AROR. Team SOT going in now. Clumsy transforming into Aladdin and looking to get onto Slayer. Slayer teleports away, and Loki has been waiting there for a long time. Clumsy puts the money on. He wishes for wealth. Does that actually work afterwards? I don't know. I really do not know if that works afterwards. Regardless. I mean, he's the dev. He's the one who would know. Right? Maybe not, though. Right now, this side jungle has been largely under the control of Team AROR. That's just by virtue of the Zeus-Aphrodite combo has been so threatening. Start of this game has just been very explosive for them. Zeus already having a kill. This Neath with the aspect is not as threatening with her abilities as she normally is. That root being gone is something that, you know, you're used to that comfort of having that root. And that, you know, aggression that can bring with it. But Panda Cat is going to have to play this late safe. He does have that dagger of frenzy now. So he will have those empowered auto attacks, or basic attacks, on his next proc. In the meantime, I wouldn't be surprised if Zeus and Aphrodite stay like this for the next 10 minutes. Just linked to each other, farming up. Pressure, everything. But in the mid lane, we see Loki kind of floating around, looking to get something done here. Twig is trying to get involved here. Slayer getting ulted on, but the open the gates is there and teleports Loki into the tower. Loki taking a bit of poke, but not much more is going to come of it. Right side, there is a solo lane fight going on, and SOT seems to be on the losing end of it. But Remikami having to beads out that push, trying not to die himself. SOT doesn't have that excavate, but the World Weaver's coming his way. SOT does have that blink, though, and the blink is coming right after, and that's a push-pull combo. And SOT gets a kill on Remikami. Easy communication right there. I need an Neath hold on right lane, or a Neath hold on solo lane. Easy peasy right there. Remikami has to be careful when he takes those engagements because of exactly that. What is Aladdin doing? Off the mark on that, unfortunately. And he has to be careful, though, into this Aladdin. Aladdin can be very, very dangerous. This 1v1. Panatom's just kind of looking. He's trying to prevent him from walking back up into red, but he also wants to stop this from happening. Stealing the red. There's a bit of damage coming his way. A lot of damage, actually. The leap over the wall is good enough, and the red steal is there. And Clumsy also losing a lot of gold and XP to tower. Let's say Slayer's about a half a level. Anyway, Sobek got that Screeching Gargoyle, and so did AROR. Both of them having it now is actually a pretty big spike for either side. You can interrupt Sobek's dash with that Screeching Gargoyle, but you can also stop Aphrodite from doing what she wants to do, linking to people or trying to get away. Or, excuse me, sustain her teammates with that Screeching Gargoyle. It's also just the best solo magical defense item in the game. Luck off the mark onto the Loki, though. Completely missing. A little rough, but we're going to keep looking. Maybe look for more opportunities like that. Not too much going on right now. Especially if you're Team AROR, you don't really want too much more to go on. Got some kills. I mean, Remikami has fallen down twice, but as long as Rem doesn't really bleed too much, we are more than happy to take this late game. Granted, Aladdin and Hecate are both very, very powerful in the late game, But we have Loki, the Morgan, Aphrodite, Zeus, and then the Bellona with the Aspect, all of which are powerhouses in the late game. Look at this right side, though. Because this is a dangerous situation, and this is a typical solo lane moment right now. Remakami getting World Weavered, and all the damage is coming his way. Excavate comes out, Remakami's up in the sky, and Remakami is down into the ground. That is a typical solo lane moment right there. World Weaver's on the map, it means solo laners are getting camped. There's really not too much Remakami could do about that, other than just sitting under tower the whole game, which is lame, for one, but also he can't really do that because SOT will hold him there. Aladdin going in onto this the Morgan, but the Hecate is there, transformed into Hecate now, and Aladdin has to back away. That passive being placed on him, though, is pretty nice. Like I said, this dual lane is probably not going to do too much of anything anymore. Bracer of the Abyss was the first pickup for the Zeus. Goes into Demon Blade next. Again, death metal. I want to see it, but it's not coming out. I'm trying to figure out where it is, you know? Some good damage on the Panda Cat there, but it hurts, but it's not too bad from the support Aphrodite. Breastplate of Valor finished up now for her. Means she has even more safety. And even more birds. Slayer has made his way over to this left side, though, and Slayer's looking to get some work done onto this Aphrodite. Undying Love is still up, but Lightning Storm no longer is. The burn is there, and we're going to back away now. Aladdin, though, looking for this Loki. And Loki's in a bit of danger now. Big damage, but Aphrodite's going to heal that up real easy for him. Again, solo side, Remakami, there's no true 1v1 if you are with an ETH in the game. He lives. He lives from the World Weaver. Good for him. This Berserker Shield is really going to help him once he gets it. Survive the World Weaver and take the 1v1 with Hercules. This is a really interesting pickup from SOT, and I really like it. The Eye of Providence gives him 25 of each stat, which isn't bad. You know, 50 protections total. But the gaining extra gold from the wards, and you reveal enemy wards with it, is just solid. I want to see more supports picking that up, for one, but also just... I don't know, it's just a strong item. Something like Xerxes Hexstone is another one that I feel like a lot of solo laners are overlooking. And supports. Right now, Aphrodite using that Undying Love to save himself for now, but that was a really good Screaming Gargoyle, and Aladdin absolutely deletes Zeus. And now AROR is going to probably meet the same fate very, very shortly now. Yeah. And P-Cat, don't worry, P-Cat's still P-Cat, and is absolutely spamming AROR's ears with those taunts. Ugh. Don't worry, he's still P-Cat. Brother. Pendulum Blade is disgusting from SOT. Remakami has to ult away already. And now SOT's gonna walk under this tower and just start hitting it. Because what is he gonna do? No, he's not even gonna hit it. He's just gonna hit Remakami. Remakami's taking a lot of hurt here now. That's a lot of tower damage, though, onto SOT. This is just time now. Matter of time before this World Weaver hits, and SOT gets the kill. Loki's here, though, trying to meet the kill, but no assassinate means Hercules is going to outrun him. At least for now. The speed buff will help him catch up. This flurry of daggers is going to slow him down and will go down. SOT getting killed by Twig there is a pretty big pickup. Clumsy making his way over just in case. Aphrodite covering mid. Dude, look at this Aladdin now. I don't know if Twig knows this Aladdin is coming over. Panatom's on the hunt, looking around. He will just tag the wave, and Twig is out of there before he even knows. I love this Eye of Providence, though. I said it before, I'll say it again. It's really interesting, because one, it also allows you to free up that consumable slot that so many things have been taking up in this most recent change to the map. All these special wards, the Naga, the bomb, the dagger. And just having an active item that gives you wards and gives you decent stats is pretty solid. I really like it. Meanwhile, on the left side, dual lane's dead. I was too busy yammering about the blade, or the Eye of Providence that were getting destroyed over there, unfortunately. Look at this left side. A lot of damage going in from Bellona onto this Hercules, but Hercules is returning a lot as well. Left side now, a bit of poke going back and forth, but Loki doesn't really want to fight Panatom right now. Panatom is level 16 at 14 minutes. That is terrifying. Aladdin is scary. This Queen Naga's going to go her way. Probably to the Hecate or the Aladdin. Don't know which, don't care which. One of them will pick it up. This left side, though, Neath is under threat again, and AROR and Doug are making sure that threat is realized. That Undying Love is used to make sure that root doesn't hit. And, the Jealousy makes sure we're doing quite a bit of damage, and we're teleporting over to this right side now. Are we looking to make a play onto SOT? The push under tower means that we might be looking. SOT is being, you know, cut off from the tower side. Disarm is there, but SOT's on the run. SOT gets Eagles rallied. Is looking to run away. The blink is good over the wall, but Doug stopped. Oh, that is so awkward. I think that was stopped by somebody there. A boulder comes out from, I assume, Clumsy on the Morgan. But SOT gets away. They're over for this Pyromancer now, but it doesn't look like they're trying to give it up too easily, is Team SOT. And Clumsy can't really walk into Hercules. A little bit of damage coming his way. Aladdin trying to run it out. Lightning Storm comes down, and this means the DPS is a little bit higher. But again, Hercules is back in. Hercules' ultimate is almost up. And this is still a back and forth, going in and out, in and out, in and out here. Ramakami, though, putting in a little bit of damage. SOT's looking for a little bit more. Some good damage on the Slayer, though. But that's a double push in on the Zeus, and that's Aladdin absolutely destroying them. SOT and Slayer go down, but we're into the lamp now, and we're going right in. Panatom has killed Clumsy by the time the team arrives, but is Twig and AROR too much for you to deal with? It looks like not to be the case, because now Panatom has a triple kill. Gonna turn it around. Quadra kill? No, PCAT denies that. Come on, man. Fire Giant on the table for sure here.
Heavens protect me.
They're going to Pyro. Nobody's looking for the pluck. The damage from Panatom is there, but the Eagles rally up, down. Good damage here, but we're going into the lamp once more. That cooldown's real short, isn't it? Panatom putting in some damage, but Ramakami's looking to buy himself some time. The knockup is real good, and not enough. The block stacks won't be enough. And, it's taken down. Doug picks up Panatom, and it's a huge shutdown for him. That's some gold in his pocket. Real big gold in his pocket, because that's an 8-0 bounty right there. Damn. We have Stampede on Aphrodite. We have the beads on the Sobek. I wouldn't be surprised to see a beads from the Aphrodite, but we only have one more relic, or active slot.
Your right tower is under attack.
The Hecate ultimate, though, is definitely a threat and something you have to respect. A little bit of damage going our way.
The enemy team has destroyed the...
And I wasn't even paying attention, but Team SOT gets gold. Doug is under threat, though. A lot of threat. Excavate comes down and squashes Zeus right now. And Loki has to ult away. I believe that's Clumsy, not Twig. I was wrong. Clumsy's with Aphrodite. Chaos get gold, and they kill Doug. Let's go on SOT's way this time. AROR got pulled, though, and the push is going to come out soon. It doesn't even need to, because the Stampede comes through. Bop is under the water looking for AROR here, and there's only so much time you can buy. If you can heal enough, he doesn't even get into execute range, but Slayer goes down to Ramakami, but Ramakami will fall quickly after. It's not going to dissuade the Fire Giant, but AROR is forced out of this fight. He's going to have to reset. Meanwhile, left side, you have Twig pushing down the tower, making a good macro play, because rotating over to this fight does nothing for Captain Twig right now. So Twig... making sure he gets something out of the nothing that was over there. Panatom, though, is coming in now, doing a little bit of damage. Actually off the mark with that, but that was balanced. Real balanced right there. We'll show you what the Genie can do, and the Genie did quite a lot there. AROR taking a bit of damage himself, but it's only going to buy you a little bit of time, and Panatom will throw out the lamp off the mark on that, but Bop will secure the kill on AROR, and Twig's got to get out of there. Twig gets pushed into the wall, though. Him to run away. SOT's never gonna catch him. Okay, we're fine. No, SOT's gonna catch him because Twig's greeting under the tower. Okay, we're good. Good? No, we're not. SOT's still going under. SOT's just trying to waste his time.
Your end comes swiftly.
World Weaver actually tagged him. I didn't see World Weaver on him. Look at Clumsy, though. Clumsy's trying to, like, get something done here. The Aladdin goes on him. The stun's off the mark, and Clumsy's under threat now. Transforming into the Hercules with how much damage Herc's been doing. It's trying to help, but Slayer secures the Fire Giant, which means now Twig, trying to come in to try to get something, goes down as well. wishing for some money there as we go for Remakami, but we grab him with that open the gates, and the gates have been opened. Remakami has been shut out of them. This tower going down soon after.
Your right tower is under attack.
Man, this is really falling apart for Team AROR.
Been destroyed.
Really rough. Early on, they had a dominant performance in dual lane. Remakami needed some help, but, like, there's only so much you could do in that situation, right? Doug is pushing out of the left side, but, like,
Your right Phoenix has been destroyed.
he doesn't really contribute anything to this defense. So I think him going left is fine. I think he's trying to get closer and closer to 20. This Aladdin, though. If I'm going back to the drawing board in this next one, if I'm Team AROR, we're getting rid of this guy. We're getting rid of Aladdin. He's a 10-1 on Panatom on this character.
Team has destroyed.
Gross stuff from him. Clumsy also really hasn't made much impact on the Morgan, but he's also not, like, he's not a deficit at all. And Clumsy, I'm not trying to make a shout at Clumsy or anything, right? But he knows in this game, he's the least experienced comp player. Which, I mean, both mid laners are the least experienced comp player on their respected teams. And Clumsy is doing the best he can right now. And Clumsy is doing perfectly fine. It's just that right now he can't get in and make those impacts because of just how the fights are so scrappy. Panatom is getting in wherever he wants. SOT is kind of going wherever he wants. And what is Morgan going to do with that? Okay, I have an Aladdin on top of me, and what? I'm gonna take a 1v1 versus Panatom?
Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower.
The macro play here. Oh, no, we're in the lamp. Aurora's in the lamp, and,
Fury.
is what it is now. Panatom, he's buying a lot of time for himself, but finally goes down. We're out of the lamp now. Going up right side, and the team's resetting.
Is under attack. Your left tower has been
Doug has not reset, though. Doug is trying to get this tower before SOT makes it back. SOT does make it down. But he does, he seems confident in his ability to take this fight.
Your left tower.
We're shoving down this left side now. Bop, Bop, P-Cat, and Panatom, along with Slayer here. The beats from Remakami are good, but SOT takes down Donut Doug on the right side. Not even remotely close in that fight. Clumsy goes down from Panatom, and the gates are open. Loki has to ult away. Titan under threat now. And, this is looking pretty grim if you're Team AROR now. Aladdin jumping up over the wall. Remakami trying to buy himself some time. Bob blinking out, but, looks like the Titan's also blinking out. It's gone. Game 1 going to Team SOT in a pretty decisive fashion. One final time, perhaps. Today, Inbound's Big Money Tournament. There's no official name for it other than the Inbound Tournament. But it's the final time today.
A little something extra.
Perhaps.
Just in case
Or,
it's busy.
Aladdin, shut up. We will see. We'll see. Or will Team AROR tie up the set, going us to a 1-1, making it one more game. We'll have to find out. We have Remakami, SCC, former SCC player himself, in the solo lane against Soloortroll. I don't think I need to say why Soloortroll is, prominent. But I will. World's finalist multiple times, pro player for how many years now? Also really good at the game. That sort of thing. He also was undefeated up until the qualifiers for the Vegas LAN in the Smite 2 qualifiers, that sort of stuff. Captain Twig, former world champion, absolute gamer, attended almost every single Smite LAN that has ever happened. In Smite 1, he attended every single one. Clumsy, I'm sorry. You don't really have... You're a dev. You don't have any other accolades. Sorry. AROR, world champion, former world champion. Support extraordinaire. My man's, is a grinder by every word, every means. Donut Doug, top end SOC ADC. Guy's a gamer. Also, SCC a couple of times, I believe? I don't remember off the top of my head. Panatom, former world champion. Guy's a gamer. Guy knows how to push his buttons. Slayer, content creator himself. Does quite a bit. Passion is his main drive, from what I've heard. What he said, what I've heard, and everything in between. King Bop. SOC support level, up at the top end. Mans is a gamer. Panda Cat, former world champion, SPL player for a long time, and he's a gamer. So we've got quite a match this time around. AROR picking up the Ares aspect is really, really interesting this time around. I am curious. If you do not know, Ares, his second ability no longer grants protections or affects allies. But this time, his shield, the next basic attack, he has stuns enemy targets and spreading damage to nearby enemies. Really interesting change up from what Ares normally does. This is also a little interesting change up here, going to these back camps as the dual lane. Swiping the farm away from Twig, but giving it to Donut Doug and to AROR. Very interesting. Everybody else seems to be going standard to what they've gotten before. It's a big damage onto AROR, but off the mark with those chains. He does hit level 3, and so does Donut Doug, but they are going to lose those side camps most likely. AROR doesn't want to give them up, though. AROR's making his way over. What amount of damage goes his way? King Bop Bop. Looking for the pluck, he will get it. Panda Cat in the meantime, 1v1ing Donut Doug. There's some good damage going his way, but AROR, again, rarely off the mark with these chains, but this time around he is. Good damage going their way, though. The pluck off the mark from King Bop Bop, but AROR almost blinked into the tail end of it. In the meantime, on the right side, there is a 2v2 going on, and it went the way of Team SOT. I was so wrapped up in the fact that AROR almost blinked into that Sobek pluck that I missed on the right side. SOT getting first blood onto Remikami once again. Remikami has not been allowed to have a fun time this set, and history might repeat itself once more. This is difficult, though. Twig, you gotta be careful here. This 2v2 is not really in your favor. Off the mark with that dash from Aladdin, that wall climb. SOT, though, getting the teleport away. Remikami probably just wants to go back to farming. Twig, though, and Remikami look like they might want to fight. No, Twig's just chasing down Panatom. Trying to swipe away these back harpies, maybe. Will he get them? He'll get one. He won't get both. Big damage going his way. He will be off the wall grab with that, and now he's in trouble. Excuse me. He wishes for power, but the proxy comes out this time. That is a... Man, I've been casting all day. I'm sorry for that. Voice is a bit tired. Bit of a tense situation over on that right side, but nothing really happens. They kind of just threw abilities over. After Remikami died, they kind of just threw abilities at each other and nothing happened. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, speaking of nothing happening, Clumsy and Slayer just content to farm it up. I mean, both mid laners, I would be too. Clumsy a little bit behind, though, and I think that's just by virtue of the start that they've been doing. Slayer and Panatom have done this almost every single game, which is split that speed buff. I don't know if Clumsy's been doing it. Panatom, though, only level 4. Some damage. Will he get it? I think he did. He did. Thanatos didn't pick it up, and I don't think Hecate is heading that way, so really good pickup for them. Left side, there might be a bit of an engagement going on. AROR hits one chain, 2 chains. Third one coming out? No, he was off the mark with that second one.
Is under attack.
Life Binder is the first item he picks up, which is a massive pickup on Ares. Ares having an offensive item, being able to do a bit more damage with that, Life Binder in particular, is really, really strong for him. And is going to make him a lot more threatening. But we'll have to see if AROR can do something with it. But if there's anybody who could do something with Ares in this game, I think it would be AROR, right? I personally do not think this character has that much merit to it, just because of his ultimate, how it works now, and the flames aren't too great either. But again, if there's anybody who could do it, it's probably AROR. Panda Cat and Bop Bop again. Doing a bit of a clearing and backing. Trying to reset, get their items online. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Dagger Frenzy come out once again from Panda Cat. But we're waiting to see. Panda Cat does not have it, whereas Donut Doug does. I think that's by virtue of those back camps. Being able to get those out by themselves, or with AROR on the side. They have a little bit of an XP lead, and now a gold lead as well. It's, good for them. Sobek gets the pluck onto Donut Doug, and the stun is there, and the knockup is even better. Now he ages out, but he doesn't get the Sobek execute. That is unfortunate for King Bop Bop. But Doug is forced away, and if forced to ult out. That was a really well-played engagement there by Team SOT, but unfortunately it was not enough. He's ulting on left side. He's ulting on left side, grabbing the Sobek there. Some damage is going to tag onto him, but is it going to be enough? Doesn't look like it. The stun underneath is there, but there is some damage from the Jingwei. Thanatos is on the way over. Panda Cat under threat, but Aurora under more threat. Aladdin is here, looking to put in some damage, but Aurora goes down, and I don't think anybody else is going to follow. Clumsy's got to be careful with all this damage he's taken. I do think the bans were the exact same this game as the last one. I thought he stole that away. That would have been really funny. Clumsy sniffs out the possibility of Panatom coming in and doesn't fall for it. But this time, he's looking for this red buff, possibly? No, he's not. I hate that Twig did that, by the way. I think Twig should have went towards mid lane, but left side, what I don't hate is Donut Doug getting more kills. Team AROR finally getting one back for themselves. A pull in on Neath. Neath is in danger, and Panda Cat will go down. Donut Doug picking up another one for himself because of the setup from AROR. Now, Thanatos under threat. Clumsy off the mark because of that slow. Really big for Panatom there. Can you get this horn out of my way? Look at AROR. AROR on this left side. Getting plucked in, but not enough damage goes his way. And plus that life binder does heal him up a good bit. Left side, though. Panatom goes down. I was switching the cam, but I was a little bit too late to see it. World Weaver coming his way from Clumsy, but Twig is looking for the actual Neath this time around. The airstrike comes out to try to chase away the Neath. Bop can only provide so much support, but we're going into the lamp, boys. And this time, Twig has brought in the Neath and brings out the Neath as we were traveling over to see it ourselves. Bop, though, is long gone. He knew his ADC was a goner, so he left him to die. Once again, SOT rushing with this Pendulum Blade. I think it's a decent, especially into Chalk, or with Chalk, with his low cooldowns. Getting that reset is really, really strong. Man, I feel like I'm really burnt out now. This is like hour 6 or 7 almost of doing this. Hour 6, probably. Bordering on 7. God damn, man. But we're still here. We're going to finish this up. We're going to finish the set. Donut Doug didn't heal all the way. It's invade again. They're looking to posture for it, but... Once again, they're stampeding in, and they're looking for Donut Doug this time. The pluck is off the mark, but the knockup's good. We have a little bit of damage to follow up, but we don't have any CC to secure this. Slayer is even over here to try to get some damage, but there's not much to come of it. Really, it's just we're a bit too slow on the upkeep. We're not catching. If we catch him with the pluck there, that goes way better for us, but we didn't. So he gets out real easy. But this is dangerous for Clumsy. Clumsy's able to avoid the open the gates, and they just get away. Slip away real easy. Now that's some damage into Twig. Good Donut Doug and AROR just hunting for this guy.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Once again, SOT opts into this Eye of Providence, which is a really interesting pickup I still really like. But we can't really talk about that right now because AROR is looking to talk about Panda Cat with his life. Like, hey, you mind, can I take those kneecaps of yours? I really like them. Right? But does quite a bit of poke on a Panda Cat, and Panda Cat has to walk away here and walk all the way back. He couldn't stay. Or at least he didn't want to. He didn't think he could. Get a little bit of poke onto Hecate here, but we are now back in the mid lane. The Sobek pluck was off the mark, but Thanatos is in. You know what's not going to be off the mark? This execute. One of them, Sob execute comes through. We're looking to land down, maybe? Are we looking for this Bellona? We do tag her, but the open the gates is there, and Clumsy is caught, and Clumsy may be going down here. The Aegis is there, but now the Chalk is here as well. Donut Doug secures the Gold Fury in the meantime, while the Chalk brawls it out in the mid lane, but the actual Chalk here is chasing down Donut Doug. Neath with a cutoff, but can Donut Doug fight through it, or is he fighting away from it? He is dashing away with this airstrike. Here he's pulling in 3, but is it going to be enough? That Lifebinder heal was actually massive, though. AROR buying some more time, but I don't think he's got time left. Sobek securing the kill. That was so scrappy right there. Really, really scrappy. That Lifebinder heal was actually massive, by the way. Holy. This is, you know, we're at a slow point now of the game. Because we don't really... I said we didn't really want to fight, but it looks like AROR's looking to fight now. Chain number 1 gets hit, but no, actually it doesn't. It doesn't get hit. Running on the wall there is a real good slip away for them, but the Stampede comes out, and that's one Stampede. We got a second one, but the pluck is enough. Clumsy might be falling down. You're looking a bit clumsy when you fly in the air like that. AROR off the mark with the chain, but the Lifebinder tags him. A bit too overstepped. Not even. He just got caught, and he was caught with his pants down right there. Now we're kind of relaxing a bit. AROR seems to be very content on fighting a lot. Just with this Ares. I understand why. Like, I understand the mindset with it. But I need to move over to AROR when I'm talking about it, and I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. AROR seems to be very content with fighting with it. And with this Lifebinder, the Stampede, he seems to just be gas pedaling it. Getting involved with it. And I think he's going Screeching Gargoyle next. I don't see him going anything else. Allows him to get in with this Hecate and make it a little bit more difficult for her to stop him. Let's see, though. The Sobek also, if he times it correctly, which I'm very positive that AROR is more than capable of doing it, will interrupt the Sobek pluck. King Bop, though, does have a bit of a lead. These 2 kills that he has, plus 2 assists, have been, you know, helping him out quite a bit. A lot of damage, though, on the side of both teams here. Aladdin plus Jingwei Burst is absolutely disgusting. You've got the Thanatos damage with the scaling aspect that infinitely scales. Plus, this Neath Shred with this build has proven to me that she is a, you know, a character that can itemize into the Shred. But Phantom is looking for stuff on the Twig here. Putting Twig into the corner on the wall, but he will be off the mark with the Scythe. There are 3 here, though, and Twig does not want that mess. He's definitely called to Doug that Thanatos is coming over. Sobek likely as well. Meanwhile, Revakali happy to just kind of smack Chalk around a little bit. There's no hard physical defense item out of Chalk yet, which is nice. AROR, though, AROR is in danger. Thanatos is going in on him. A little bit of damage coming his way. The stun is good. Lifebinder's good, but now the open the gates from Clumsy did hit 1, I believe, but the beads are burned. King Bop, though, getting burned down. The execute range, this time it's Clumsy as the Thanatos. The open the gates was from Slayer initially, but Clumsy picks up one on the Panic Hat. Another one was picked up on the Bop, and Gold Fury's under target. But we're looking for an execute on the Twig here. Twig will not get out in time. That is super unfortunate. He tried to get away, but will not. And now SOT's in. SOT's got the silence with the Storm Call and will land down. Slayer taking down AROR. Meanwhile, Remakami's trying to buy some time. Eagles rally. The Bellona ultimate was used to get in, while the beads are burned to try to make sure she gets that bludgeon out. But now, I don't know if you can get any more from this. Good damage from the Morgan plus that Bellona dash, but it's really fruitless. Ended up being a 2-for-1 there, which no, a 2-for-2 there, which is you know, not ideal, but it was a trade. It was a trade for sure. Barely any gold separating these teams. It's about 500, give or take. 600 if you want to be generous. These teams are close, real close. I think the big difference right now is duo lane, because it's a 3-level lead from Donut Doug. All these side camps have been going his way. Panda Cat has had a real struggle. But realistically, for all this gold to be going that way, and the mid lane deficit is really recovering for the dual lane deficit. Granted, it's a 2.5, 3-level lead from Donut Doug, but it's a 2.5, 3-level lead from the Slayer right now. Solo lane is relatively even. Chalk just hit 18. Bellona is about half a level, maybe a quarter level. Chalk now having that Glad Shield, though, is a pretty decent pickup. A solid physical, or a solid damage item for the Chalk with the build he's going. Again, I've talked about this a couple times now. I prefer the full damage variant of Chalk, where you're hitting people for 500 damage with your axe. The blade is actually used there to make sure he gets that gold camp. Those don't give XP, they only give gold. Pharaoh's Curse popped. Some damage coming away of Chalk, but Ramakami kind of just disengages it. Meanwhile, on left side, we see a setup for this Morgan. Morgan has to be very careful. Bop Bop with the Blink Rune off the mark, but the Aegis is popped anyway. Clumsy a bit too scared. Aladdin taking quite a bit of hurt, though. Slayer using that open the gates, but not going to hit anybody. Gold Fury being picked up now by Team SOT. Right now, we have Team AROR trying to work their way in. Team AROR getting some chains onto King Bop Bop. Meanwhile, SOT is taking quite a bit of damage. Ramakami steals it away from Team SOT. Now we have Thanatos going out. That is actually Clumsy this time around. Twig trying to make his way in, but who's in deep right there? Nobody just now. SOT has lived for such a long time, but Aurora's making it so they can catch up. That chain slowing down Bop Bop, but everybody is out. What are we going to get in return for this now that everybody's out? Are we going for a tower, or are we just accepting this? Twig, though, is really low, but now we're in the lamp. We're out of the lamp. We're in the lamp. Thanatos is up in the sky, and now Twig is just waiting. Literally standing, staring there, waiting for Panatom to come back down. Big damage coming his way, but Panatom is returning quite a bit in the trade. There's a lot of damage coming their way, and Panatom hits him with the scythe. And Panatom is low when he comes out. He will fall down, but AROR will join him in the same fate. Bellona, though, is up here, and Bellona is alone by herself with 4. Can she take down Bop Bop before she goes down? No, she will not. That is 3 kills going their way. They may have gotten Gold Fury, and they got Panatom, but they lose 3. I don't think that's worth. Also, apparently in a draft in 2 minutes, but I also am just not really paying attention to that. I'm not the one drafting. Donut Doug 2 shots Pandicap, by the way. And then he explodes Slayer as well. Clumsy is in here as well, and allowing SOT to go down as well. Doug doing some basic attacks onto the Fire Giant, then switching over to King Bop Bop, and Bop Bop not feeling like a king right now because Clumsy gets a double kill for himself. Donut Doug gets a double kill for himself, and now Fire Giant looking to go away of Team AROR. Panatom probably going to look to grab some neutrals here because there's nothing he can do about this Fire Giant. Dagger going the way of Doug, exactly who I wanted it on. There's nobody else on this team that I think is better with that dagger right now. Not the Dagger of Frenzy, the Obsidian Dagger. Because if Doug's ever under threat, Doug just uses that dagger when he's at 500 health. You have to be at 500 or lower. That dagger needs to be what kills you for it to resurrect you. These players have been going for 6 hours at this point. Almost 7 hours at this point. They're tired, but they're not giving up the money so easily. Right? And Donut Doug really doing some work this game. 6-0 and 4 on this Jing Wei. And there's a reason why it's been taken away from him so many times. I don't want to see any Zeuses anymore. I mean, Doug did good on the Zeus, but this Jing Wei is a whole nother beast. Yeah, she agrees with me, too. And good damage going his way. The lamp is off the mark, but the beads are there to stop him. And no boost beads this time. Panatom up in the sky, make it a quick getaway. Bellona in the meantime, that Clumsy ultimate. There, I thought that was actually SOT, but Bellona split off to the side. We are kind of at an impasse. We have Fire Giant for 80 seconds. And this solo lane tower is a solo lane Twig at this point. Not Captain Twig, not the one that's on the team. But a solo lane, you know, stick. A little bit of damage, goes down. This T2 might fall as well, but we'll see if Team SOT wants to give it up. Not too sure, not too sure. Still waiting to see exactly what they want here. And, open the gates comes out. Doug is forced to use the airstrike in response. Pretty good old force there. Obsidian Dagger is gone, though. So they don't have to worry about that. The Donut Doug double life there. But a pluck onto Clumsy there is a dangerous situation to be in if you are Clumsy. The knockup's good, though, but Clumsy is not. Clumsy is stuck in the corner. He's not feeling good anymore. Shut down, and now Slayer goes down as well. There's some good damage going into King Bop Bop, and King Bop Bop goes down. That is 2 for 1 there, and SOT is low as well, and we'll finally go down to Twig in the lamp. They come out of the lamp, and they might look for a Phoenix here. Dangerous situation here now. You're in a rough spot if you are Team SOT. But they've also come back before. Good damage going the way, though. Fire Giant has fallen off of Team AROR, but they are a bit concerned about it. Not too much. Team AROR sieging this Titan. The bomb goes off, and there's some good damage going that way. Nobody's checking this Jing Wei, and it seems like the only thing that's checking is out. They're checking out of this game. Titan kill set tied up 1-1. Got a pretty interesting comp here. Panatom in the jungle with this. I didn't see the comp of the other team, but Baron Samdi is also an interesting pickup because, I don't know, I feel like it's super, a lot of support players are like, this character sucks, or the character's great. But it looks like Remakami is going to be the one who's piloting it. It's not going to be a support. So, that's even more interesting. Will be Remakami on that Baron Samdi. I do believe he played it earlier today. I wonder what he's going to go building. It's probably going to be Soul Gem first item. That's what I think, at least. And Soloortroll playing the Odin. He played it earlier today. It did great. I mean, it kind of did get rocked in lane. But, you know, there's only so much you could do in certain matchups. Right now, they're all kind of grouping up together. AROR on the Morgan support. Another interesting pickup. Pick on the Nemesis. I assume Medusa's actually invisible here. And it's just showing that she isn't. Morgan has the aspect of... It's not trickery. Aspect of mischief. It was something similar. Damn it. Well, Cupid has his aspect as well, the aspect of love. That one giving shielding. With his one, and his ultimate does healing now. Or not healing. It also gives shielding. Heart Bomb is decreased in damage, but enemy has reduced attack speed, and the explosion area heals allies. The ultimate also gives a health shield. It'll be interesting. SOT likely rushing the Screeching Gargoyle, as he has against other magical solos. The Baron Samdi matchup is an interesting one, though. Because this matchup, you'd think it would go Odin's way, but early on, Baron Samdi does have a bit of pressure into the Odin. Again, we are going to have a weird start on the left side here. You look at AROR and Donut Doug. They're going into the order side and trying to get this buff. A lot of damage going AROR and Doug's way. The stun is being held once more, but it's Panda Cat doing quite a bit of damage, and the Phantom Shell is burned, but Bop Bop is here. The Blink is there, and Panatom is there. AROR goes down. That was a risk that did quite a bit, and Panda Cat laughing right in his face, telling him that you keep messing around, man. Keep messing around, and you're going to get punished for it. Now, Donut Doug is not in a real good spot anymore. He's kind of jumping around. He knows it's the beginning of the end, and he falls down as well. Rough start for the dual lane of AROR. And even though the games have been really going well for him at the start, Slayer back on this Agni, who has been playing a good deal, at least in the earlier rounds. I am not surprised to see him go back to it. This is an interesting Fearless draft. I believe they cannot pick anything that has been banned in the previous games. They're not allowed to do that. They can't ban it again, and they cannot pick it. So, I assume the bans away this time were... well, the Ullr, the Hunbats, the Fenrir, and the Thor were all banned. I don't know what was banned away. I really don't. It was kind of weird. They didn't tell me. I didn't ask them, to be fair. I gotta figure out what button it is. Nemesis... Fuck, it's that one. Sorry, I switched to 16 different perspectives there. Slayer going in, though, getting some damage onto Clumsy. Clumsy feeling a bit of pain, but not too much. Healing up with that Baron's Brew and that health potion ticking at the same time. Big, though. Still looking to put a bit of hurt onto Slayer, but Slayer is wise to it, knows what's going on here. Morgan, though. Aspect of trickery. That is AROR, though. That is not the mischief aspect. But Doug, though, is in danger. But AROR gets that stun out. The Aegis is good, but the body blocks are better from AROR. But AROR is under real danger now. The new ultimate comes down to, you know, provide some support here. But Doug is going to have to reset. There's nothing he can do about it. And Doug will get away. Panda Cat tries to dash to catch him, but a little bit too late now. And this dual lane is not going well for Team AROR. Panda Cat having 3 assists to start the game is not great. Bop getting a kill for himself. And there's 2 kills on Pele. Lightning start for them, but Captain Twig is still ahead. Checking over in solo lane right now. Baron Samedi does have Odin under tower, which I'm not surprised to see. With how much better the clear is for right now, Baron Samedi just kind of does this. Every time Odin jumps, he's got a free setup for the 2 or the 1, whatever he wants to do. That's some easy damage for him. Mid lane, though, there's a bit of aggression going on. Bomb comes down. Twig is already stunned away, so there's no stun to keep up the chase. But, you know. I'm kind of upset to see that Panda Cat and Bop are not zoning their way like they did in the other games. Why not? You have such an advantage this time around. You're such an advantage this time around, and what? Okay, AROR might be able to reach the wave, but Donut Doug can't. Why are we pushing in these waves right now? This one I get because we're going for purple buff, but we could have zoned away that previous one and had an even bigger wave for them to clear. But now we're going for this one. AROR is on the backside looking. Trying to steal this away. Will he get it though? No, he will not. Bop will secure it himself. Morgan though, I think this first item, is he going Xerxes' first item? No, he's going Lifebinder? I would assume he is, but I thought that had some int on it. I could be wrong. I don't remember the exact elements that build into it. Donut Doug getting plucked, and the knockup is there from King Bop. Bought some time for himself. The turnaround is perfect from Panda Cat, but we are transforming into the Baron Samedi, and Panda Cat is under threat. The Aegis is burned, but the heal is still there. Bop is coming in, and Bop's got a pluck. Waiting for AROR to transform back, I think. The teleport in is not even needed, but Panatom is here. Good damage is sent their way. The Nemesis Shred is there, but Donut Doug and AROR lose another one of themselves to the damage, the pure damage that comes out from Team SOT. Team SOT is not messing around this game. We're looking to chase down Panda Cat. Twig is really playing a risky game here because Bop's got a pluck, and Bop can do a lot here. The pluck comes out, the stun is on him, and this is scary from Twig. Twig biting off a bit more than he could chew here, but no, they're not going to chase him down. They don't want to go too far for him. Lifebinder is picked up by both Baron Samedi and the Morgan now. Stampede picked up by King Bop on the Stowback. Really strong pickup into picks like Baron Samedi, into the Nemesis especially. That ultimate is completely countered out. Not completely, but mostly countered out. That slow effect by the Stampede. Anytime she uses it, you just Stampede and you are no longer slowed. That Medusa ultimate, if it hits you in the back, slows you down. Stampede counters that out. And we have, you know, it was really good pickup. Really good pickup. A lot of damage going Donut Doug's way. P-Cat did do quite a bit back, but I don't know if he'll get the return kill here. AROR is trapped in this corner with the Fields of Love coming down, and the Heart Bomb might just secure for himself. Bop doesn't even need to do anymore. That is secured. Another kill for P-Cat and Bop in this lane. And this is an absolute massacre over here. We got to get something done elsewhere. Nemesis is looking for something onto Soloortroll here. Shield comes down, the cage comes out, and we got a stun, but I don't know what else we're going to get. We're not even going for the blue invade. Now we are. Gold Fury being picked up meanwhile on the left side, and that just seems to go right their way.
Your team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
Right side again. Twig is looking for a bit more. On to SOT. SOT has to be the target right now, because forcing something in dual lane is inherently just not safe for you. SOT, though, getting pulled in. A lot of damage coming his way, and do we have enough to kill him? We do. SOT goes down. Good, we finally get a return kill from all this pressure that goes on in dual lane. But it looks like dual lane, we speak of it, and we're going to mention it now, because they're looking to posture again for it. But again, we're clearing these waves. What are we... I guess we're going for those back camps. Okay. There's a point where we're going to zone, but now Clumsy is going to be zoned back to the base. Panatom picking up a kill with Slayer, and meanwhile, we've got one lane that is definitively going to Team SOT. The other lane, favoring Team AROR. Mid lane has been kind of even until now. At that point, Panatom coming in and locking it for, you know, a kill into Slayer. Slayer has a bit of a lead, half a level, maybe a level. Which is good for him, really good for him. Left side, though, again, no aggression. I thought there might be some aggression, but PCAT's a little low here. We see Nemesis over here looking to fight Panatom. Panatom gets the knockup on the shield, getting him out of it, but Dagger Frenzy pop means Panatom is getting the hell out of there. He doesn't want to mess with that. The anti-heal already picked up by Twig as well is a really good pickup. Allowing him to fight into this Pele very well. SOT's got to jump away. The Prophetic Cloak was his first pickup, which honestly I like into the matchup, but I also think that he's going to need a Ruinous Ankh. Twig does not know where Pele was there, but he does miss the stun, which is really rough for him. Clumsy, though, getting low. 2 bombs on his head, and Pele. Volcanic Lightning might be too much for him. The slowdown from Twig is huge, though, and Clumsy gets away, but SOT locks down the kill, making sure Twig goes down. Now Remakami's stuck in the corner. Agni dashes away, and now he's got a Sobek here. Proc is probably going to end this for Remakami. Remakami probably goes down. Finally, he will. Double kill going to SOT, and that lane finally is now shifted back into the favor of Team SOT. That's a really rough engagement, because it started off good because Slayer missed that stun. Unfortunately, that was just kind of a skill issue. And then Panatom came in, did a ton of damage, and Panatom was able to blink over the wall, which was huge. Twig came in with an awesome save. That saved Clumsy, but Clumsy was able to get out, but not Twig. And then not Remakami either. A lot of pain went into that, and a lot of damage took him down. Donut Doug taking a bit of pain himself. The Petrify is here, but will not tag anybody. Volcanic Lightning comes down, the blink comes away. A little bit of damage and poke coming through, but Sobek on the left keeps the Morgan out, meaning there's no follow-up, no protection, no stun under the tower. Good rotation by Bop to stop AROR from coming any further. Look at Slayer. He's waiting on this corner. He's waiting for Clumsy. Clumsy knows it's here, though. No, he doesn't. Did he get those? I don't know if he did. He might have gotten one. He did get one, because there's nothing there. There's no ward on that. They split it 1-1. But now we've kind of slowed down a little bit. This dual lane, though, is still incredibly explosive. You see Sobek over here. Panatom's over here as well. Are we going to catch the Medusa dash? We have a little bit of movement speed, but Medusa's just dead again. Doug just really suffering this game. There's not much he could do in this situation. They both have the Braggy's Harp now, but Doug is just so behind in build at this point. What is he going to do in this situation? I don't know. AROR being chased away. Gold picked up by Team SOT, and I don't see a world where Team... Look at Panda Cat. He does not care. He gets off gold immediately to try to fight AROR. He wants to fight. He doesn't want to do objectives. He hates those things. He wants to fight. Gold going their way. And that, to pick up for them, the lead is ever expanding. 6K at 12 minutes. Pyromancer picks up, which will close the lead a little bit. But Bop looking to grab somebody. Lifebinder is good here. The Stampede is better. Looking for Clumsy, and Clumsy having to go up into the fire shards. This is dangerous for him. And the Sob Execute is charging up. The Volcanic Lightning's there, and this is a dangerous spot. Lurking in the Waters will not hit, and Clumsy is away. But AROR's off the mark with the stun? That's not good for you. But Pele's in now as AROR this time, and there's some good damage that way. The beads are burned by Panatom. Panatom will eventually fall down because AROR does pick up that kill. And now Bop's in. Bop is going to fall down. The cage comes down, though, and Nemesis is on the chase on Slayer. Beads burned. The Talisman of Purification, actually. But SOT is level 12, or level 14. I don't know if they're going to get any more kills here. Dagger of Frenzy popped means there's just a lot of damage coming the way of SOT. SOT has to be careful here, though. He doesn't want to overstep. Neither does Twig, and Twig has to dash away from the Agni stun. Fucking dying, bro. SOT's reminded me of what I have for dinner tonight. What I'm going to have for dinner tonight, right now. It's just sitting in a pan upstairs. My mother made some for me. I thought they were going to start sooner, so I asked her if they could, if she could make some for me. Now they're just sitting there, because I'm not going to eat a hot dog while casting a game. Anyway. Left side, Donut Doug. Once again, we've seen this tail a couple of times, but P-Cat off the mark with that heart bomb. Panatom and Bop Bop both here. This is rough. Donut Douglas. He do not want to play this game anymore. I'd be frustrated if I was him. He just keeps getting dove. But if you are Team AROR, you kind of just have to ignore that lane. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What, give P-Cat more kills? That doesn't sound like a good option. Cosmic Horror. Very early for Slayer here.
Fuel for the fire.
He might have enough int for it now with that book stacked up all the way, but, like, he usually waits till the end of the build. Like, at least in the other games, he's waited till the end of the build. Left side, once again, Donut Douglas. Gonna need some help here. Twig is on the arrival this time, though. But Doug taking a lot of damage. And Doug being able to blink out, but not enough. Left damage went his way, but P-Cat dashes in. He's not concerned because Panatom's now here taking Twig down. And Twig goes to the gray screen. This time, Remikami's on the way, though. And Panda Cat takes a bit of damage, but he will avoid the damage. And now that Clumsy's here, maybe finally P-Cat will go down. He does, which is a big slowdown for him. Not a big shutdown, but a big slowdown. Talisman of Purification burned by Bop Bop. Slow immunity is there from both players. Stampede, did Stampede give them both slow immunity? No, that was Baron 2. Okay. We're fine. At what point do you switch Remikami and Donut Doug? Alright, I understand that Aurora's not the best matchup for, or not Aurora, SOT's not the best matchup for her, but, like, do you switch the two of them? Do you switch the mid lane in them? Like, you gotta do something here to make Donut Doug life less miserable. He's gotta get some farm, but he's constantly being dove. And look at this. Look at Panatom. Look at him again. He's just over here. The stun comes out, but is not going to find Panatom. Panatom turns around in time. And what Donut Doug's going to do? What? Now I just got to sit here and I've got to play it back even further? There's no XP from these camps. There's gold camps. And like... What, I just got to suffer? You can't walk up that far. Something has to be done. Just stem the bleeding a bit. 3 levels down, Donut Doug is now. 2.5, 3 levels. It is rough. Right? Remikami's ahead of him. Clumsy's about even with him. Like, we gotta have some swap around so that Donut Doug can play the game. Slayer is constantly looking for these stuns. Constantly looking to get involved, get aggressive. Bop Bop on the corner here, looking for a pluck. Panatom, though. Pluck will come out, and the pluck on AROR is there. AROR trying to transform in time, but will he get out? He will. The blink is there, and he will get out of the cage in time. Transforming into the Odin was good enough to save him. Reset coming out from the Morgan now is going to be good, and Gold Fury is open. Gold Fury is pick-upable? What? Is leashable. And it looks like P-Cat's on it already. Another objective. Trade here. Pyromancer will be picked up, but you do want that Gold Fury. This is the 3rd one now for Order side. Getting all of the... Now, getting up all
Your middle tower is
the
under
buffs.
attack.
Pretty crazy. Fire Giant being pulled here, but they're going towards Pyromancer now because Pyromancer wasn't taken down by Team AROR. The pluck is in on a Remikami. Remikami's in a bad spot having to go up into that life of the party, but he's not looking like he's going to have a life much longer. Falling down to King Bop Bop. Fire Giant's still pulled, but Donut Doug on the meantime picking up the farm he much needs on this Medusa. Finally having some freedom to farm. Pyromancer picked up and will probably be put down very quickly by Team SOT. Aurora, okay, no, Aurora didn't get it. Slayer got it. Okay, I was about to say, that would have sucked if Aurora got that for Team SOT. It wouldn't have been, like, terrible, but, like, ugh. Doug being able to farm a little bit is nice, but we're still kind of just waiting. Waiting around, trying to force something. We see Aurora coming on the backside, but that is a decoy. It's not actually him. As previously stated, this is a 1-to-1 set right now. One more game takes it for these teams, and Team SOT is looking dominant in this one. Dual lane was completely shut out by PCAT and Bop Bop, and Panatom made sure to play off that lane. And right now, we're playing off a Fire Giant. We're looking to play off of somebody here. The cage comes down, trapping in 3. Life of the party comes out, and who are we going to grab here? We do hit Bop Bop. Not the target we wanted, but the stun comes down from Medusa. It's pretty big. Twig is the first to fall, though, and now we're fishing for more. Meanwhile, on the backside, we got a 1v1 between the Pele's, and actually, Clumsy, or no, Aurora takes it down. Clumsy has to run away here. Aurora wins the 1v1 against Panatom, but SOT team has to go for this Fire Giant now. Aurora's still fishing, though. He's looking for this. Open to the door, gives him a little bit more freedom. Bop Bop secures it, and PCAT wants to go for it. Who the fuck is Binky? PCAT wants to go for it. I've been at this for 7 hours, going on 8 soon. Ugh. I don't know who the fuck Binky is, but I hope he's a nice guy. Aurora getting got on here, and Aurora's probably going to go down very shortly. He teleports away because Slayer didn't cover the option. You buffoon. Aurora's probably looking to get a little bit more farm to finish up something. Finally, somebody bought Death Metal, but it was Captain Twig and not one of the ADCs. Damn it! Deathbringer finished up by Donut Dog, and he actually does hit 21st, but it looks like he's going to be hitting the gray screen as well. Phantom and Cupid once again do something very familiar to Donut Dog, is that send him to the gray screen, and Clumsy gets caged and put down, cooked in the barbecue by the Agni Odin combo right there. Left T1 and mid T2 are going under siege right now. Left T1's for free, but mid T2 may not be so free. They're actually rotating over to this left side now, making sure that this left T2 is going to be the one that goes down. Baron Samdi, in the meantime, going for this wave. We going over to the left side, Ram?
Your
Soon?
team has
They're going for a Phoenix Ram.
your middle tower.
We kind of
is under
underestimated their damage potential, I think. That or we're just giving up the Phoenix immediately.
Your right tower is under attack.
Mid T2 now under threat, and that's, you know, as good as dead at this point. All those yellow numbers feel real good if you're PCAT. That attack speed steroid's real nice as well from the Odin 3.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower.
Easy peasy right there. Gold Fury picked up by Slayer here. Damage coming down means that eventually we're going to get it, and this will be an Ancient Fury picked up. Meaning the weakened towers will be in effect. Naga Queen picked up by Team SOT. We're looking at Aurora here. We dropped the Gold Fury because we're looking at the gold, but looking at the gold that comes into Aurora's pockets. But we do force the Changeling there.
Destroyed the pyramids.
Coming up on hour 8 on this tournament. We decided to make them all best of 3s. Biggest problem was the time between games. The teams took forever to do these drafts. Finals game, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. All right, this is the final game of the night. Once again, teams are tied up 1-1, and SOT's team has had a dominant game this time around. PCAT and King Bop Bop plus Panatom coming in to make sure that this is a set-in-stone lead on this left side. Medusa, once again, sieging down this left side, but, we're losing mid-Phoenix now. The pluck is good from Bop Bop, and Twig no longer looks too good. The cage is there, but PCAT finishes it off. Nuwa forced into the sky. Slayer finishing off the Phoenix. And the party, life of the party, you're not looking too lively afterwards, because some crits come your way, and you go down, Ramakami. The Medusa Death Gaze is there, but, might be a bit too late. We've got some sustain here, though. Got a bit of damage, but we gotta be careful. We don't have Fire Giant anymore, so we're gonna back away. Don't want to risk it. We've got about $1,100 on the line, 220 in each of our pockets if we win this game. So why don't we do that? Again, this game's really got to be credited to the absolute dominance in the dual lane by Bop Bop and PCat, and then Panatom coming over to make sure that that continued. Right, that's got to be where it goes to, right? Because Ramakami had a pretty good game on the Baron Samdi. I mean, there was nothing real SOT could really do. Twig also tried to make stuff happen on that right side. He did get a kill on Odin once, but, like, what else could he do? He did all he could in this game, and, like, it just fell apart. There was some weird kind of fearless draft that went on here, but I also don't really know about it. I wasn't given the details of it. It just kind of happened. I would say it was, like, traditional fearless, but it wasn't because Sobek's been played in all 3 games. So, I don't know. Fire Giant being gone on here. Bop Bop and Panatom on the zone here. Twig, I don't know how confident he is in this 1v1 ability, but we're resetting Fire Giant now because we don't want the Fire Giant. We want the fight. So much damage going into Twig now. Clumsy in the mid lane trying to peel away for his jungler, but he won't have enough time to peel away for his jungler because Panatom picks up the kill on Twig. And now Medusa ultimate comes out and so does Fire Shards from AROR this time. The double Morgan is not going to finish off Panatom. Still, wait. We're going back to Fire Giant. We're going to continue this dance one more. Smite players love to dance around this Fire Giant for like 10 minutes. We'll see, though. But left side, we have Clumsy. We're not going to contest this at least too hard. AROR trying to walk away with the Stampede. Slow isn't even there to tag it. It is a look around and a wait. Fire Giant secured. 3 Gold Fury secured. And now we're going to go to this right side T2 and probably take that down as well. Secure that for ourselves. It's going to go down shortly. And now we're going for this right side Phoenix. Mid Phoenix is down. Left side Phoenix is damaged, but there's no wave really close. But we don't need waves, clearly. SOT's tanky enough. We're giving the whole team attack speed. Ramakami putting some damage down, but dash away from Cupid is enough to keep him safe for now. AROR looking for the stun. He teleports back. The stealth in for a little bit of poke. Again, looking. I do think Bop Bop is just going to start the fight by stampeding at least somewhat. A double stun by the Slayer there, and so much damage goes on to Twig and on a Donut Dog. Immediately taken down, and Panda Cat finished off Clumsy, and it's all falling apart for Team AROR as Team SOT walks in and takes everything they want to. Titan is going to be next on the chopping block, as now the full health team of a Team SOT has to fight only AROR, transforming into the Cupid to try to get something here, but it's only going to be his demise, and all the money, not all the money, most of the money, going the way of Team SOT for the tournament. Holy shit, bro, that was 8 hours almost. Man, I'm dead.